Huh? We'll see. I'm live. Hey, small fry. Huh? We'll see. I'm live. Hello, hello. There is a small fry. There is a major delay on this, so I'm testing this out for the first time, everyone. Huh? We'll see. I'm live. So I was just letting everybody kind of get into the room a little bit, but I just wanted to jump on and say welcome to all the new subscribers. I'm so thankful to have you guys join my channel. A big shout out to the Crafty Trucker as well as the Trucking Couple who have been helping me build my channel and get that going. So just definitely wanted to say hi and welcome, and we're on a road here to hit 1,000 subscribers. I was hoping to do it by Monday because YouTube has changed their policies on channels and monetization and things like that. But yeah, we're definitely over 900 and we're moving right along. So that was the main reason for jumping on here. But also, I just wanted to open up, and if anybody had any questions or anything like that, you know, now's the time. I'm going to start reading some of these chats here. Let's see what everyone's saying. Hello, everyone. And there's a major delay on this. I don't know why there's such a delay. I'm doing this from my desktop. Maybe next time I'll try the mobile. See if that's better. Where is camera shy Don? He is sitting over here on the couch. He did not want to be on the video. I'm so sorry. We are at home right now, if you can't tell that. We got home actually late yesterday, and we are home for some home time for a week. So that is why I am sitting here in my living room just chilling. Where's Don? Don is running around doing laundry, sitting on the couch. Don is, he's not a camera person, people. I try so hard to get him camera. I really, really do. I'm slowly getting him into it a little more, but it takes a lot to get him on the camera. Thank you, everyone who watches. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, we're still trying to get the 1,000 subscribers so that way I can keep the monetization on my channel. You know, I don't make a lot of money off of YouTube. I'm not no real big YouTuber or anything, but that little bit that we get, it does help. And unfortunately, if I don't hit 1,000 by Monday, then that will be taken away. So we're still pushing for that. Yes, Big Dog Bulldog, we are in North Carolina. That is where we live. Wonderful North Carolina. We are actually going to be moving probably in about 4 or 5 months. Thinking about heading over to Tennessee. My mom lives in the western part of North Carolina, so we're moving to Tennessee because taxes and insurance and everything is outrageous in North Carolina. So we're actually planning on moving over to Tennessee so that way things will be cheaper for us, and I'll actually be closer to my mother.
Hi, everybody.
Here.
You can see me.
Oh, I'm looking at the live, yeah. Cliff said don't rush him. I'm going to try to rush him, but we'll see. Thank you, Ken Johnson, for watching. We really do appreciate it. Small Fry, we do drive for an owner. We do not own our own truck. I've been with FedEx for almost 9 years. This April will be 9 years. So, but yeah, I've desperately thought about buying my own truck and doing that, but just haven't made that leap yet. Yes, Craig, if there was more Dawn, I would probably be over 1,000. You're right. Everybody gets tired of seeing my ugly mug. I know. William Jones, how long do we stay out on the road? So we actually stay out anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Sometimes we do stay longer, but the normal average is 6 to 8 weeks for us. Usually by the 6-week mark, we're both getting pretty antsy and we're ready to just come home and take a little bit of break. But that 6 to 8 weeks is usually the sweet spot for us. Thank you, Jeffrey. Hi. Thank you for watching. Jeffrey's been around since the very beginning. Thank you so much. Jeffrey said hi, Don.
Hi, Jeffrey.
He said he's not mad at you for not wanting to see him. Small Fry, you're from the Tri-City area. Cool. Yeah, we're actually in the same area, so you may not be too far from us. How many miles do we drive in a week? That is hard to say in expediting. We don't actually go by miles. We go by just the run and the load pay. Depending on what we have to do, whether it's reefer, whether it's temperature validated, whether it's inside pickup delivery, lift gate, pallet jack, if there's extra labor involved, all those things go into determining how much FedEx charges the customer, as well as how much, we say that we're going to do a load for. So we don't really go by miles in expediting, because one week you may do 3, 4, 5,000 miles. The next week you may only have one run and have a bad week and only do like a 300-mile run. It just varies very widely. Most common items that we expedite, Cliff Smith. So we do anything from explosives to pharmaceuticals. So we haul it all. Anything that is got to be rushed, usually overnight, as well as door-to-door service is what FedEx is known for. So yeah, it can pretty much be anything. The only thing that we don't haul is we do not do alcohol. We do not firearms, and we do not do tobacco or money. We do not haul cash. Pretty much anything else, we'll haul it. We won't do dead bodies. Joe VV, how much is the new truck? The trucks that we drive with the new Cascadias with a reefer and all of that is set up the way we drive. They can range anywhere from 220 up to 275,000, somewhere in that area. Most of them are 220 to 250. But of course, if you get a bigger sleeper, add on bathrooms, things like that, they can go up from there. But I would say the average is 220 to 250. Small fry, do we haul ass? We haul ass some weeks. We do stay busy. Summertime is our busiest. Summertime, we can really stay moving. I mean, there's days that we go back to back. It is nonstop. There's a lot of the time. For example, this week was one of them. We've actually been kind of busy this week. That's one reason why I only put out one video so far this week. I just have not had a chance to get on the computer and edit and Of course, now that we're home, I'm going to hopefully get another video out for you tomorrow. But yeah, sometimes we're just back to back and I just don't have time to do anything other than drive. Driving is primary. I love YouTube. I love everyone watching. I absolutely love it. But yeah, trucking is our bread and butter. That is where everything comes from. So trucking takes priority. And if I have to sleep, I have to sleep. How often do you guys go to Ontario? Last video you guys did was from Ontario. So we go to Ontario quite often, Ontario as well as Quebec. We do a lot of temperature and temperature validated freight up to Ontario. So I would say on average we're up there anywhere from 3 to 5, maybe more times per month. There's sometimes we'll go a couple weeks without getting up there at all, and then other times we will go 2-3 times in a week. Just depends. Matt Sheets, thanks for y'all's YouTube channel. Love the videos. Thank you so much, Matt. We really do appreciate it. I love doing them. Ken Johnson, we are in the process of quoting a new truck T-Valve tandem with a bathroom, $287. Sounds about right, Ken. Definitely in that price range with the bathroom. I would like to own my own truck one day. I really would. Don is not too keen on owning his own truck. He's more of something breaks, something tears up. He would rather just pick up the phone and have it taken care of. And I do agree with that. But I also do think about the revenue from owning your own truck. Where's everybody checking in from? Tell me where you're at, like what state. I know I've actually, just the other day, I had a new subscriber from Australia, which is pretty cool. I guess going live on a Saturday night was probably not a good idea either. A lot of people's going to be out partying. It's nice to be home. You get tired of being cramped up in that truck. So we got Craig from Texas. Awesome. Cliff in Oklahoma. Ken Johnson's Ohio. Big Dog Bulldog, Toronto. Go to Toronto quite often. That's one of the main places we go. Toronto and the surrounding little subdivisions. Yes, Jeffrey, Massachusetts, the state we don't get in that often. And when we do, it's usually right in and right out. George, Pennsylvania. FedEx Custom Critical. Very nice. Very nice. Fellow driver. Roll Tide, Alabama. Down in the southern states. We southerners. No, Don's not a southerner. He's from the north. He's from Michigan. I was born in Florida, but raised in North Carolina. Southeast Texas, 75 degrees. That's nice. It was very warm when we got here in North Carolina. It was almost 80. It was 75, almost 80. And then today, it just dropped. I mean, it's literally like 37 degrees out there. Of course, we come home and the weather gets bad. Can't enjoy it. Oh, wow. Oh, Peterson, I hope I'm saying that right. Denmark. Awesome. That's very cool. Hello from the U.S. I've always wanted to travel overseas. You know, I've done all of Canada. I've been to Alaska with FedEx. Done all of the U.S. as well as a good portion of Mexico, but I've never been overseas, and that would be something I would love to do. Small fry, you sitting in Missouri. Hope it's warm out that way. How often do we take a day off in a month? Well, we actually stay out about 6 to 8 weeks before we come home. Usually 6 to 8 weeks is the time frame, and then we come home for 1 week. We usually take a good 7 to 8 days off. Sometimes we do stay out longer. If the freight is there and the money's coming in, we will definitely stay out longer than 8 weeks. There's no time limit on that, but that's usually the sweet spot, 6 to 8 weeks. Hey, David. Thanks for joining. Ken Johnson, no, I've never been to the expo. I've had every year I think about going, and I just never get a chance to get down there. Usually, to be honest with you, that's when we make our money, because a lot of people take off and go to the expo, so we stay in service to get that money. A lot of things, holidays is another. A lot of people go home, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. We usually do take Christmas off, but other holidays, we try to stay in service. People go home, they want to spend time with their family. Well, me and Don, we are a family, so we decide to, we choose to stay out over holidays usually and make that extra cash. Plus, there's a premium charge because FedEx charges more for holiday pay or weekends. Hi, Dave. Yes, that is a long time to stay out, Bulldog. It gets very tiresome after a while. We do have to just eventually force ourselves to come home and decompress. Do what?
So you don't have to force me?
Oh, I don't have to force Don, no. Yes, Jeffrey, we are very pooped. I tell you, whenever I come home, a lot of the times my butt don't leave this couch. Family and friends want to see me, they come to me. I do go see my mom. She's about a 4-hour drive away, but other than that, I make everybody come see me. I've done enough driving out on the road. What happens is if an expediter loses a partner in the middle of a run, just ups and quits? Well, Cliff, never had that happen, but I would assume that the driver would be able to contact FedEx or whoever they're working for, and hopefully they could push the run out and turn it into a solo run, depending on when it had to be delivered, or I guess they would just bring in another truck to transfer the freight. And then the original truck would be deemed a solo driver until he got another co-driver. Just all depends on how fast that freight's got to get to the customer. Oh, no silly questions, Cliff. No silly questions. I love all questions. You know, that's the reason why I started the channel, is to really help people who are looking to get into expediting, and answer some questions out there about expediting. Some people have no clue what it was. So I originally started the channel to just give advice and show what we do out on the road. And I know the majority of things that I do is vlog videos, because the Crafty Trucker does do a lot of instructional videos as well. Awesome videos. I absolutely adore their channel, and watch every single video that comes out. But she does a lot of instructional videos and talks about different things, and I just kind of felt like I didn't want to repeat a lot of the same stuff that she was saying, so that's the reason why I don't do a whole lot of instructional videos. I do a few that I've got on my channel that just pertain to FedEx mainly, but I kind of took the back seat on that and let her have it, and I mainly focus on blogs and just things that we do and where we go. I'm going to try to start doing more, you know, getting out and doing things whenever, especially spring and summer gets here. And not just all driving, which I know there's a lot of people that like just the driving. William, absolutely correct. Safety is number one out on the road. Can't argue with you on that. Joe V, have I ever driven solo for FedEx? I've never driven solo for FedEx. Well, I lied. I take that back. Yes, I did drive solo when I first started. When I first started in Expediting, I didn't have a clue of what I was doing. Didn't know anything. I knew nothing about the industry. I knew very little about trucks. So yeah, I did start off solo. I started working for a guy, and he actually cheated me out of my money and did not pay me for the 2 months that I drove for him. So I ended up leaving and then getting on expeditersonline.com, doing a bunch of research. And from there, I got in contact with the first lady that I drove for, the first owner. And she advised me at that point that you really needed to be teamed to make any money in expediting. So at that point was the first time that I teamed up with somebody and been team ever since. I teamed with my partner back then, and then after that, he left, and then I actually drove team with my mom. My mom has been a truck driver for 15, 16 years, solo, driving big trucks, and she actually teamed up with me, and we drove team for a year and a half, almost 2 years, with FedEx Custom Critical. And then she ended up teaming with my stepdad, and they ran team when, at that point, that's when Don joined me and came out, and me and Don have been teaming almost 6 years. Bulldog, yes, I do own a drone. I had the DJI Phantom 4, and I always keep it with me on the truck. However, that drone is so big and cumbersome. It takes a lot to set up and get out and get going. It's not something that you can just grab and throw up in the air. So it was always something that you had to plan to get out. And I just never took the time. I really didn't use it that much. So actually just about a week ago, I went out and bought the DJI Mavic Pro. So it is a lot smaller, a lot faster, and it's easier to set up. So definitely be looking for some more drone footage coming. How long have I been with FedEx? Or are you thinking of moving to another company? I've been with FedEx as of this April will be 9 years, and I have no plans of going to any other expediting company. It may be biased, but in my opinion, FedEx Custom Critical is the best at what we do. We have many channels and opportunities for freight because it's not just the custom critical side. We can actually pull freight from ground or express, air freight, any of those channels that come in on FedEx. If it needs to get moved quickly, they can pull from those areas and put it on our truck. And it's an opportunity and it's an avenue to keep us moving out on the road. Yes, Jeffrey, my mom, she's a trooper. She's got trucking in her blood. Cliff, you are right. Expediting is definitely something for retired couples. There's a lot of retired couples in the expediting industry. Um, Honestly, there's not that many. I would say now more younger people are coming into it, but yeah, it's definitely something that is retired couples. That's huge in expediting. But I understand being homebodies now. I understand that. I miss being at home. I really do. When you're out on the road, you don't have a life. Um, Trucking becomes your life. You do miss out on birthdays and family events and friends and just going to see a movie and hang out and whatever you want to do. So being on the road definitely consumes your life. Bulldog, I will definitely work on that drone footage. We're actually hoping the weather clears up a little bit while we're home. I can go get some drone footage and play around with it and get used to it. So, yep, I love flying the drone. The drone is one of my favorite things to do. So, Jovi, do we do airports a lot? Yes. We are TSA certified with FedEx Custom Critical. So we do go to airports. Usually those are quick, short runs that make a lot of money. And when I say they pay a lot, usually those runs can be anywhere from $3, $5, $9 a mile. So it's something that we do keep on the back burner. That way, if we're in an area where there's not a whole lot of freight moving, but a good TSA run comes up, we jump on it. And do we ever do U.S. mail? No, we do not haul U.S. mail. I have hauled passports before out of Washington, D.C. We took them out to Washington State, where they actually were destroying a bunch of passports. But we've never hauled regular U.S. mail. Oh, Peterson, we have seen ice inside the truck by the bed during winter. Is the heat an issue during summer? Does it mess with needing sleep? So, yes, I've had ice inside my truck. Actually, not too long ago. I think there was a vlog probably in December, or I think it was in December before we went on for Christmas, or it might be after. But we actually had ice forming on the back wall of the sleeper. We were up in Chicago area. It was so cold up there. And I've also had ice form on the inside of the doors whenever I went to Alaska. It was actually negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit up there. And I had a thin layer of ice forming on the inside of my door. And I had the bunk heat as well as the heater up front blasting full blast. Heat is also another thing. In the summertime, I'm a big guy. You know, I get hot very easily. I'm a hot-natured person. I do not like to be hot. I would rather be cold. It can be 20 below zero, and I will put on clothes to get warm, but I hate to be hot. So summertime is a big issue for me. We do have a rooftop AC, and once it starts hitting spring weather all the way through summer, through late summer, that thing is blasting full blast. Don hates it. He gets tired of it. It's loud having the rooftop AC going all the time, but I can't stand it. I hate being hot. Can't stand it. It definitely messes with your sleep. Cold I can deal with because I can put clothes on, I can wrap up in blankets or whatever we got to do. But yeah, being hot, it's miserable when it's hot in that truck. I don't know. These trucks, they don't seem very well insulated around the cab area. That could just be my opinion. But, yeah, I hate being hot. Mike, early review on the load board. So, if you don't know what the load board is, I mentioned that in one of my vlogs. I haven't talked about it anymore. FedEx Custom Critical just implemented a white glove load board. My views on it is I have not used it. I look at it. I get an idea of freight in my area, but I have not taken one load off of there yet. And I've been staying very busy. So I just wait until everything gets dispatched to me over the C-Link, and usually it's not paying what I need, so I counter and they send it back and I start running. I like the idea of the load board. I like the idea of being able to see what's around me and freight that is moving. I've been told by numerous people up there that every load goes on the load board. I find that hard to believe, but I could be wrong. I don't know a whole lot about it yet, but yeah, I haven't used it. I do look at it, but I have not accepted a load off of it yet. I know I've got a lot of fellow drivers that I talk to and Custom Critical and friends that say that they haven't been dispatched in weeks since it came out, and they've been doing nothing but load board, and I'm totally opposite. We have not taken one load off of it yet. I'm sure I will at some point, but right now, no. I'd rather come to the C-Link and then I'm on counter so I can get more money. Jolena, I hope that's how I'm pronouncing your name. Hi, welcome. Detroit, Michigan in the house. Don is from Michigan. He's from the northern part of Michigan, up in Alpena. Rob, does FedEx have dry boxes instead of Reaper? Yes, they do have dry boxes, mostly what we call surface freight, but there are a lot of dry boxes, and usually dry boxes, to make any money, you do need to be DoD qualified. You'll stay moving in a dry box with DoD, definitely. That's where you're going to get the majority of your money. Jeffrey, always amazed at the miles you cover from state to state. It must be difficult to keep up with what city you're in. You're absolutely correct. There's a lot of times, especially in teams. I mean, you drive all day and you cover many, many miles, and you go to bed and you wake up the next morning and you're 600 miles from where you stopped. So you never know where you're at. I always have to get up and look at the GPS or ask Don where we at, because he does the night shift and I do the day shift. But yeah, we cover a lot of miles. We can do coast to coast in 2 days. Kenneth, Don is the co-driver. Don is very camera shy. He does not get on the camera that much. I do apologize. I apologize to everybody. He always tells me YouTube is my thing. He didn't want to be a part of it. But he does occasionally make a cameo. David, do you think that we will ever be owner-operators? I would love to at some point. Yeah, it's definitely something that's on the back burner. I think about it a lot. I get worried thinking about, all of the expense and the overhead and keeping up with everything, and always worrying if the economy is going to crash and freight goes down and all that. But it's definitely something I think about, because I do think about the revenue and everything else that comes with being an owner operator. So we'll see one day, maybe. But as for right now, I'm still just going to be a driver. Cliff, would you pull over a disabled Panther truck? If they actually needed help, if they were flagging me down, absolutely. I do not care who it is. If you're a fellow driver, whether it be expediting in a van or a truck or an 18-wheeler, if I can help, I'm going to help. Whether that be letting someone borrow a phone or what the case may be. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know a lot there's, mechanic-wise, but I would definitely help. I'm not that type of person. I'm not someone to push someone away just because they don't drive for the same company. But Famous Amos, we used to run with FedEx Custom Critical. We're looking for new owners. How can I find them? Is there a website? Refer someone? There is a website. Go to expeditersonline.com. Go under the classified section, and there are a whole list of owners looking for drivers and drivers looking to be placed with owners. Lots of good resources on there. Definitely check it out. Expeditersonline.com. So as drivers for an owner, it sounds as if the owner of the truck trusts you to pick up loads, revenue, etc. Small fry, yes. There are some owners out there that are kind of picky and they like to take control of the truck, even though they've got drivers in them. However, there's a lot of owners out there that will let you run the truck as you see fit. Usually the owner will set forth some sort of parameters that they would like you to stay within, but other than that, they let you run the truck. Now, the owners we drive for are absolutely great and wonderful and awesome, and could not ask for better people to work for, and work with, I should say, because we are independent contractors. But they let us run the truck as we see fit, go where we see fit, and do as we see fit. And I really love that. I like having control of the truck and doing what I want to do. After almost 9 years in this business, in the beginning, I'm sure they were curious at how I was going to run the truck, but, we've been with them now for 7 months with these owners, and he is aware of how I run the truck now, and he sees the freight that we take, so I'm hoping he's comfortable with how I run the truck. He's never said anything to me, so... Yes, small fry, Don likes to be hidden. I catch him sometimes on the camera, and a lot of times whenever I'm editing, he likes to preview the video before it goes out just to see if he's in it. He has to give me his approval. David, do you think you get more work with a 3-axle or a 2-axle? I would definitely say a 3-axle truck. I don't know what it is. I've always been in a 3-axle truck in almost my 9 years, except for the period of time of the last owners that we drove for. There was 1 year that we were in a 2-axle truck, and the freight just was not there. The runs were not there, and I'm talking to all my friends and everybody in the industry, and everybody's moving, and we were not moving. So I don't want to say, because I've talked to owners, and the owner that we drive for, he'll tell you that the majority of loads are for a 2-axle truck and so forth. But just from my personal experience and what I've experienced out on the road and with FedEx Custom Critical, a 3-axle truck is a must. We are back in a 3-axle since we've been with these owners, and I would not have it any other way. Can a solo driver make money? Truck for life. You can make some money if you have the right qualifications. And for example, DOD. Well, I take that back. Not DOD for solo, because a lot of those, they want you to be team for security purposes. But you can make money as a soloer, especially if you stay in the Northeast. The Northeast has a lot of runs. I can only speak from a FedEx perspective because I've never worked for any other company. But FedEx, actually on a solo driver, will only dispatch up to 400 miles. So, by the time you take 30-minute breaks and things of that nature, about 400 miles is all you get in. So, if you stay in that Northeast, you definitely can rake in some money. But if you go outside of the Northeast area, I don't know. I didn't make it whenever I was a solo. Of course, I only did it for 2 months as solo, but I made absolutely no money. Sovath, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yes, thank you for the comment there, the time lapses. Definitely want to try doing more of those. Do you buy the fuel or do they buy? Yes, Kenneth, the owners that we drive for, we do a 40-60 split. We get 40%. The owner pays for fuel, tolls, and all repairs. Out of the money that FedEx pays for the run, the owner does receive the fuel surcharge as well as the money that they give us for tolls, because they are paying that. And then we get 40% of everything else. But the nice thing that the owners that we drive for, that a lot of other owners do not do, we actually get 100% of any hazmat pay. So if we do a hazmat load, whatever FedEx Custom Critical charges the customer for the hazmat pay, the owner gives 100% of that back to me and Don. We also get 100% of Canada pay, as well as going into the 5 boroughs in New York City. So if we go to Canada, or if we go into New York City, we get 100% of that pay. And that is something that our owner does. A lot of owners do not do that. I've never worked with anybody that done that. This is the first time. It's very, very nice and rewarding to know that the owners are looking out for us and they're giving us that. We're taking the extra responsibility for the hazmat. We're also going into the New York City where a lot of drivers don't want to go. We're taking the hassle of dealing with customs going into Canada. So as a reward, he understands that because they were drivers themselves. And so he does give that back to us. Yes, Rob. Don is sitting right here. Rob wants you on camera. He just wants to say hi. All right, y'all. I'm going to turn the camera around real quick just for him to say hi.
Hi. How you doing? Okay.
That's about all you get. Hello, Mr. Crafty Trucker in the house. George, yes, we do work for Patrick and Eric. Yes, I corrected myself on that, Mr. Crafty Trucker. DOD does require team. for the security reasons. I apologize. Famous Amos, you have a lot of questions. You know, I've got my email out there. I'll be happy to help you. Anything you want. Email is usually in the description of every one of my videos. So shoot me an email and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Yes, Small Fry. Hit that like button. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, please. Like I said, I'm still pushing for 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit that mark. The deadline is Monday. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date with us. Follow our journey. Would love to have you along for the ride. Small Fry, take care. Mr. Crafty Trucker, yes, it's very generous. You are right. The extra pay. Ryan, yes, Patrick and Eric are awesome people. We are so very lucky to be teamed up with them. Thanks to Frank from the Trucking Couple. He's the one that I've known Frank for quite a while, actually, and he's been talking to me for quite a long time, and we finally made the move over, and we couldn't be happier. Root for Mr. Crafty Trucker, yes. I wonder if Heather is in the house as well. She might be sleeping. Scott, just saying thanks for the videos. Living vicariously through you guys to see the nation. Thank you so much, Scott. We really do appreciate it. We love having you guys follow us along. Yes, Bulldog, come on 1,000. I need it, please. Please, everyone, if you have not hit that subscribe button. I hate to sound like I'm begging, but, you know, I'm down to the wire here. Hey, Heather. This is my first time live, so I thought I'd say hey to everybody. Heather and Jason, Crafty Trucker. Of course, everybody knows them because they are awesome YouTubers. They've been helping me a lot, like I said earlier, with trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm very grateful for that. I have yet to meet the Crafty Trucker or Jason, so definitely looking forward to the day that we can do that. Craig, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that comment. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Bulldog Heather is cooking. She makes some awesome meals. I've tried a few of her recipes. I need to get an Instapot. I keep telling Don, we've got to buy an Instapot. Thank you, David, for sharing that. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. My mother is in the house. Susan. Hi, Mom. Yes, my mom watches all of my videos religiously every day, every time I put one out. She's a great mother. Awesome. She's the one that I drove with for 1.5 years on teaming up with FedEx. She does not drive anymore, but she definitely misses the road. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Connie, how long have you been with FedEx? I am actually going on 9 years. This April will be 9 years with FedEx Custom Critical. David, yes, I'm sure I will like Jason and Heather. I already like them. I watch every one of their videos religiously. I have not missed a one. So definitely can't wait for the day that we can meet up. Everybody's saying welcome, Mom. Hi, Mom. Casey, Don is over here on the couch. I've already showed him once. He's not a camera person. I'm sorry. But Don is here. He just doesn't like to be on camera. Dave, yes, my mother does gourd art. She is, if I must say so myself, very good at it. Thank you so much for that. Mom, if you're reading the comments, I don't know if you are, but Dave Caper just said that you have awesome artwork. Yeah, she's very talented. She's been doing it for quite a while. Craig, thank you so much. I'm so glad you found us through the Crafty Trucker. Welcome aboard. So glad to have you. Definitely going to do my best to get some different kind of content out. For example, I was talking earlier about the drone shots. You know, I've got a new drone, so definitely going to, with spring and summer coming, we want to try to get out more and start visiting more places and definitely keep the footage coming. Mr. Crafty Trucker, hi Mama Boogie. I love that. How did I come up with the name Expediter Boogie? Well, I'm an expediter, obviously. And actually, my nickname is Boogie. I have been called that since I was a child. Probably, I was about a year and a half old, I believe. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. But my brother, whenever you turned on music, I would sit in the floor and twist and do a little dance. And so my brother actually gave me that nickname of Boogie. And I've been called that all my life. So that's how I came up with the name for the channel. David, can't elaborate enough how important your videos are as to you new guys. We look forward to meeting all of you soon. Thank you so much, David. We really appreciate it. Definitely, I want to meet up with you as well. Any new people, I'm always here to help. If you have questions, shoot me an email, comment on any of my videos. I'm always here to answer questions. Definitely love meeting up with people out on the road. Yes, Heather and Jason are in the house. Everybody's giving shout outs to Heather and Jason. Scrolling through all the comments here. Oh, thank you so much. That's actually been a very popular video on my channel. The TV, yes, I did a video unboxing of that. You know, I honestly didn't think anybody would watch it. The quality was not that good because when I recorded it, the sun was shining through the window. But that's actually been like one of the largest, that and the new truck tour, of course, but that's one of the largest videos with the most views on my channel. So thank you for checking that out, and thank you for sticking around. Thank you, David, on how I come up with the name for the channel. Yep, I just kind of seemed to fit Expediter Boogie. It also could go another way, you know, the Expediter Boogie, like the shuffle, the boogie along, the one state to the next, always moving. It could go that way too. Crafty Trucker, take it easy. Jason, Heather, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your campsite. Thank you so much for stopping in. Definitely look forward to meeting up with you guys. Hello, Connie. Thank you. Mom, you can talk to me. I'm reading the comments. You talk to me every day. Like I said, I really just wanted to hop on and say thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you're not here in the live feed and you're watching this on a rebroadcast, again, thank you, everyone. On that push for 1,000, but I'm thankful for everyone. I never thought 5 people would watch me drive up and down the road, so I'm humbled by everybody that has subscribed. Are there any issues with making runs into Canada? Say a German Shepherd. I do not have an animal. I know they usually do ask if you have an animal, but I've never had a dog on the road, so I'm not sure about that. That is one of the questions that we sometimes get asked if we have any animals, but I couldn't tell you 100%. I've never had one on the road. I would love to get a dog. Don does not want one. Don just doesn't want to do nothing, right? Don, he just keeps me down.
I'm the party pooper.
He's the party pooper. No, having an animal on the road is a big responsibility. I absolutely adore the Crafty Truckers, little doggies. But yeah, it's a big responsibility. But also with FedEx, for a while, they did not allow animals on the truck. You could not be white glove and have a dog or a cat or anything else. And then they just changed that rule a few years ago. And however, if we did get a dog, that would knock us out of some runs. There are some things you cannot do with FedEx with an animal. You cannot, for example, we are on the art team. We do haul art pieces, high value art, things of that nature. And sometimes whenever you do an art load, you do have to have a courier on board. And whenever you have a courier, you cannot have any pets or anything of that nature in the truck. So we would miss out on that type of revenue. Also going to certain places to pick up loads like radioactive shipments, explosives, things of that nature. Some of these plants, they do not want any animals. You've seen that in the Crafty Truckers videos. They've actually had to stay outside of the gate while someone else went in to load. But with FedEx, it's not even an option. They just will not dispatch you on those loads. So, I mean, occasionally you may get something where you have to stay outside the gate, but usually they just don't dispatch you on those. So for those reasons, that is why we do not have any animals on the truck. I would love to have a little doggy. I want a dash hound so bad. That's always been my dream to have a dash hound, but I kind of like making money too, so I don't want to miss out on that extra revenue. William, thank you so much for checking in. Take it easy. David, thank you. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Time to charge the phone. You guys have a good weekend. Enjoy the home time. Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful weekend. My mom is saying on animals crossing into Canada, as long as you have their papers and up-to-date shots, things of that nature for proof, you should not have any problems crossing into Canada. She did have a little dog with her on the road. Ryan, same thing. You have to have papers and shots for going into Canada. So, George, y'all have a dog, go in and out of Canada, no problems. Awesome. Connie, come join you in New Mexico. I would love to. I'm enjoying my home time. We just got home. We're going to be home for a week. But definitely, I love New Mexico. It's a great area. So guys, it looks like the comments are kind of winding down a little bit. How long have I been on here? Oh, So I guess I will go ahead and wrap things up. Guys, again, I can't thank you enough for watching and subscribing. We so do appreciate it. Don does appreciate it as well. He doesn't get on the camera that much, but he does appreciate it too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. We are on a push to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to hit that by Monday before YouTube's new policy goes into effect. Cliff, can you cut your week short if you see a good run? Yes, we can always go whenever we want. We can go back in service anytime we want. However, usually we don't cut our home time short. Once we get home, we get relaxed and we take that breather because we know that we're going to get everything back together and go back out for another 8 weeks. So we usually do take that week home time. Who serves the best fast food in the U.S.? I'm partial to Wendy's, just because their beef is never frozen. It's always fresh. Love their chicken nuggets, and they have awesome grilled chicken sandwiches. So for fast food, I would have to say Wendy's. Now, Don, I think he is partial to McDonald's. Hey, Ronald. Connie, how long is the training to White Glove? Training is actually just a couple of days. You go in, they talk about white glove loads, things of that nature, how to secure the freight. They do your radioactive and explosive training as well, but it's usually just a couple of days. Usually at the same time frame. Most people will also go into temperature validated training as well, and that training is done via internet and telephone. But you do have to have the truck tested if it's not been tested, so that takes a couple days as well. Kenneth, Don does the night driving. I do the day driving. We actually don't have a set schedule. I should say I'm mostly days, he's mostly nights. It just depends on when we pick up and how long I drive. If we pick up early morning, I'll drive all day. But if we don't pick up a load until like 8 o'clock at night, then I'll usually drive till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then he takes over. Just depends on what time we pick up. But on average, I mainly do the day drive and he does the night. I prefer day because I can't stay awake at night. Once it hits about 1, 2 o'clock, I'm done. I crash. But Don prefers the nights because of less traffic. It's just easier, that type of thing. He doesn't like dealing with all the traffic during the day. Thank you so much, David. Thank you. We will definitely enjoy our home time. Cliff, take care. Bulldog, thank you so much. I will definitely try to keep the good content coming. Ronald, thank you so much for subscribing. We really do appreciate it. Kenneth, I believe the owners that we drive for is... Oh, how many trucks are they up to? I think he's got 18, but he's got 3 new ones coming on in like the next month, 2 months, that he already has drivers for. So he's pushing 21 trucks. Thank you, Ronald, for that. Thank you. Yes, the Crafty has been pushing us lately. We're on a push to hit 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully by Monday, if we can do it. But thank you so much for coming over from them. I absolutely adore Heather and Jason. Oh, thank you. And definitely we will try our best to stay safe. Thank you so much. Connie, Expediter Services. The owners that we drive for, they are linked in with Expediter Services. Now, I do not drive for Expediter Services. I drive for the owners, but they are linked in with Expediter Services, and I have no complaints. This is my first time being part of their group, and I have no complaints at all. So that's about all the questions I have right now. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you everyone. And like I said, leave a comment, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you ever have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or send me an email. My contact information is always down below in the description links, as well as some links to equipment that I use out on the road if you want to check that out. I am in the process of making a website to also focus on the videos as well. So be looking for that coming. I am actually going to be working on it while I'm here at home. And hope to have that up before we go back out on the road. And as always, thank you for watching and subscribing. And we hope all of y'all have a wonderful weekend. And we will see you in the next video. Keep those wheels a-turning, everybody. Take care.